It is with great joy, excitement, and pleasure that I bring you this review of the Steam Deck. I've had my Steam Deck for about a little over a year. I bought it back in March, and I have to say, man, when I first got it, I wasn't too thrilled with it. The size, the UI, just getting used to things that were completely different than just console or a Nintendo Switch Play where you put the game in and just move. Things were completely different playing this handheld PC. And I have one thing to say to Valve because of that. Thank you. So I'm not going to lie, my first experience with the Steam Deck was everything but positive. It was too bulky when I first unboxed it because I was coming from a Nintendo Switch, and just holding it in my hands, I just felt as though this was something I really wouldn't enjoy. And on top of that, using SteamOS was just too clunky. It was too laggy, it was too slow, it didn't respond the way that I wanted it to, and it was a learning curve, and that's something I really didn't want to get into this far in my gaming experience and history. But once you take the time and get more familiar with SteamOS, it's a breeze, and I'm so glad that I did. If there was 4 words that I could use to sum up my experience playing on the Steam Deck, it would be power to the players. And let me show you what I mean. Normally, any game that you really want to play, you can almost always find it at a discounted price, whether on a Steam store or whether through CD Keys or some other third-party site where they have discounted games for the PC. Now let me show you how they return the power back to the players. And anyone who's familiar with Xenoverse will easily know this, right? This outfit that's on my CAC is not an outfit that's in the game. It's Goku's outfit from somewhere, I can't really remember where, but I put that on him. The way that my character fights, that's a different fighting style. All of that is through mods. And even the way that I transform, they have custom transformations where it's more intense like it should be from the series transported into the game. Even with this new animation added to the Kamehameha, easily makes it one of my favorite. And you know, Xenoverse already has a buttload of customizable outfits and skill sets that you can add to your created character, but these, I think the modders completely outdid themselves. The game came out in 2016 and I'm playing this game in 2024, and I can't lie, it feels like a completely revamped and new game. So the next game that I just have to speak about has to be Resident Evil 2, the remake. I didn't play this game when it first came out because I played it so many times on PlayStation. I just didn't want to do it again, not knowing that they've added so much and literally rebuilt the game from the ground up. So in addition to the game just being utterly redesigned and reimagined in so many ways, to be able to mod this game to play with the outfit and the Hunt character as Leon and give Claire that old Chris outfit from Resident Evil 2 DualShock version just made it an even more enjoyable experience. This is just what I mean by power to the players. You can play these games however it is you want to if they have the mods that you are looking for, and majority of them do, where there's some that you would prefer to have or some that you're just experimenting with. Nonetheless, man, it's going to give you the pleasure in which you're looking for. So another game that I had on the list that I never played was Days Gone. When the game came out, I had no interest in it. I seen too many mixed reviews on it, so I left it alone. Found it on the Steam Deck for a cheap price, ended up buying it. Didn't like the original character, so what did I do? I simply changed it. Changed a little bit of the graphics and some other things in here, but as you guys can see, I still have a Hunk reskin that I was able to throw over the original character and kind of make it my own. This gives it a better feel for me and bring the experience more alive than what it would have been playing with the original character. And last but not least, Left 4 Dead 2. As you can see, I've completely decked out this game. I've changed Ellis to give him a Raccoon Police Department outfit. I've put in Jill from Resident Evil 3. I've taken Kenneth, which is Vin Rames from Dawn of the Dead. And I even have a pilot from one of the Resident Evil games. I don't think I ever played that one. And put this in here. I've changed the med packs, even the regular SMG. You see this in my hand. I've completely changed that. I am able to deck out this game and play it the way that I want to. I played this game so much when it was released on the Xbox 360 that, you know, kind of playing in the original way with the original characters was kind of boring to me. So to be able to do it this way, it's amazing. I've changed the pipe bombs to be grenades, the Bio Boom to be T-Virus, vials and things of that sort. I'm telling you, man, power to the players. And I have to thank the modding community for making all of these things possible. And speaking about that, I've seen a couple of Steam Deck reviews where they actually pay homage to the community. This is one of the bigger parts of buying a Steam Deck, is being involved in the community. There are so many people out there that's willing to help you out, just had the same questions or struggles in which you are going to run into, and they are just amazing with the responses that they've put on there. Some will even walk you through step by step. But here's one of the examples of what I mean, right? You guys know I'm a zombie fan, post-apocalypse, whatever it may be, and I go to Left 4 Dead 2. I'm in the workshop, by the way, which is, you know, on the PC side of the Steam Deck to add your mods and things of that sort. And you can add almost anything for Resident Evil, from Leon, Resident Evil 6, and my guy Vector from Operation Raccoon City, and actually have his whole squad in here where you can play with all 4 survivors as Operation Raccoon City mercenaries, right? I just love the community for what they give to the players, and it really feels like it's a family being here. I know on PlayStation you kind of have that, but it's not really as integrated as it is when it comes down to Steam OS. So the other thing I want to talk about is Decky Loader, and this is an amazing app that gives you so much more to add to the Steam Deck. This is how I've been able to record my videos from 30 seconds to 5 minutes. And it also comes with like a storage cleaner if you want to download that, if you've bought the 64 gigabyte hard drive version, because that storage runs out very quickly. So by having that, you're able to clear some shaders and this, that, and the other to give you more room. And when you go into the store of like the Decky Loader and the things that they have in here, it is just a lot of them. And each one of these apps or installments adds something different to the Steam Deck and its overall performance, just depending on what it is you're looking for. This is why I say it's power to the players. It gives you so many different varieties and areas where you can go to when it comes down to customization and just playing however it is you want to play, or having your device however it is you want it. If nothing that's currently out really tickles your fancy, then try emulation. I've already covered this in one of my previous videos. Please go check it out on the channel. So I'm not going to dive too deep into it this time, but Dragon Ball is definitely a nostalgia for me, right? So going back into the older games, getting that old school feeling is something I absolutely love, and the deck provides that for me. That's one of the other options or avenues in which it provides, right? And then the other one is Game Pass, another video that I've covered on my channel as well. This game device does so much, or this gaming PC handheld device rather, does so much that you can't lose by buying one. I know there's others out there that can do something that's similar, but I think that when it comes to the deck, I think that it reaches more of a stronger audience in every area, as far as comfortability in the hand, as far as variety and what it offers, gameplay, and just simplicity. And that's the iPhone effect when it comes down to gaming, right? To be able to get something that's simple that everybody can use. And this is something that the Steam Deck has mastered, in my personal opinion. And I get it, right? Even though this review is mainly positive, there's still people out there who isn't really going to feel the Steam Deck for a number of reasons, and that's perfectly fine. This was just my experience overall of why I think it's like the ultimate gaming device for many areas and many different players. The only real setback that I really had with the Steam Deck had to be the fact that I couldn't play Shinobi Striker online. I could only play a single player, and everybody knows it's a PvP. That's what it is. It's an online game. And by Bandai having the easy anti-cheats or anti-easy cheat, whatever it's called, it's a bunch of crap. So games like this or Xenoverse 2, you wouldn't be able to play it online on the Steam Deck or on Steam OS, because that's prohibited and that's blocked. But if that's something that isn't really bothering you and you can get past that, I say stop thinking about it. Go ahead and buy the Steam Deck. It's definitely worth it. And one other negative thing that I do want to add before I forget is battery life. On the original Steam Deck, battery life is not great. I actually have a battery pack that I use while I'm at work, and that gets me through my 10-hour shift. And if it dies before that, by me unplugging it and going off of regular power, it has more than enough juice left by the time I make it home after my 10-hour shift, where I could just connect it to the wall and then continue playing. It doesn't matter to me being connected to a wire to play this game, because I expect that it's a handheld gaming PC, so it's going to require some kind of power, and that's going to lead to a bigger power drain. That's just understandable. If that's a big concern for you, I would say go with the OLED. I don't have one personally myself, but my cousin does have one, and he says a big difference going from the original to the OLED. So I think that's the fix when it comes down to battery life. Now I can go on and on about the value that you would get for your money by purchasing a Steam Deck, especially if you decide to go with the OLED version. It has so much to offer, and I do think that PC gaming is going to be the way to go in the near future, primarily because it's doing what many consoles aren't willing to do and what many game developers aren't willing to offer us in a game, as far as giving us complete games, giving us complete content, and giving us DLCs that is worth it. This is where the modders come in, for you to be able to modify the game that you want to play. Now, don't get me wrong, if you want to play AAA titles, many of those titles can be played on the Steam Deck. That's just a given. That's why I really didn't cover that in my review, because it runs those games well for the most part. Never really have an issue, and if you do, you can always go into the settings and tweak some things to get it to run properly. So that brings us to the end of this video. If it's anything that you guys would like to comment on or you like to add, you can go ahead and drop it in the comment section down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and with that being said, I'm out.